Coming up on First at 4, the former owner of a Hazard apartment building which burned in June appears in court. And a federal government shutdown looms as Congress has still not reached a compromise on funding.
And the forecast continues to stay mainly dry for one more night, but rain is on the way. First at 4 starts now.
Dedicated to Eastern and Southern Kentucky, this is WYMT Mountain News First at 4.
Good afternoon, I'm Steve Hensley. First at 4, a Perry County man has pleaded not guilty to charges of second-degree wanton endangerment and failure to abide by a city ordinance. This is in connection with a major fire in downtown Hazard earlier this year. Brian Carter was the owner of that apartment building in Hazard that caught on fire back in June. Carter was arraigned in Perry District Court today where he pleaded not guilty.
I'm hoping that he gives us our rent money back because we need it. We need it to take care of, if people's got youngins, that will help.
That was again fire victim Gordon Fugate there. Carter and his lawyer, John Hansen, declined to do an interview today, but Hansen told us there is no probable cause for these charges. The pretrial date is set for October 31st.
Well, the forecast has been pretty nice today. There were some pockets of showers out there earlier. I drove through one on the Mountain Parkway and parts of I-64 on my way back from Covington earlier. But we see out there right now across the region, we're looking at a few clouds, a few little sprinkles out there. Let's take a look at satellite radar and give you an idea of what we're seeing at this hour. We're going to look at that if we can. Pull those graphics up for me, please. And we'll see again those possibilities for a few spotty clouds out there. This afternoon, we're going to see spotty showers in parts of the area. If they're reaching the ground or not. Live pinpoint Doppler radar looks a little bit active, but it's not really all that active out there. A lot of green showing up that may not be reaching the ground, but a few clouds out there for sure this afternoon. Take a look at our cameras across the region. You see basically from WYMT to Moorhead to London Corbin to Jenkins. Everybody looking a little bit sun and clouds, not completely overcast, but not completely sunny either. Temperatures out there a little warmer out to the west where areas that had a little bit more sunshine today. 81 Somerset, London, 83 Monticello. But you come back to the east, Pikeville 66 along with Grundy 67. In Prestonsburg, 68 Moorhead and Clintwood, mid-70s, upper 70s there, Manchester, Harlan, and over toward Irvin, 73 here in Hazard. Of course, we're going to continue to see those temperatures fall as we head deeper into the nighttime hours into the lower 60s, maybe some upper 50s out there later on tonight. Mainly partly cloudy skies, but again, we'll see the possibility for a few sprinkles out there, potentially as early as tomorrow night. Full forecast coming up here in just a few minutes. Steve?
All right, Brandon, thank you. In less than a week, much of the federal government will shut down if Congress does not provide more money. House Speaker Kevin McCarthy tried and failed over the weekend to make a deal with other Republicans who want to see deep spending cuts. Matt Glassman is a senior fellow at the Government Affairs Institute at Georgetown University.
That would look like services missing that you might normally have, right? So the national parks would be closed and certain other programs would not be operating, such as things like processing of federal mortgages or student loan applications, or if you had a customer service question about your Social Security check.
Glassman says it actually costs the federal government a lot of money to have a shutdown. There have been 21 federal government shutdowns in the last 5 decades. The most recent one lasted 35 days from December 2018 to January 2019. Before that, a shutdown occurred in 2018, but lasted only a matter of hours before the Senate ratified a funding bill. Prior to that, a government shutdown occurred in 2013 and lasted for 17 days. The Writers Guild of America says it is suspending picketing after reaching a tentative deal with the major studios. After more than 4.5 months on the picket lines, the breakthrough was announced between Hollywood writers and the major studios. Last night, the Writers Guild of America sent a message to its members announcing the tentative deal towards a new contract.
I would like to go back to work. I really do hope it's over.
What we've really learned from this entire 140 some odd days is just like how powerful we are together.
The WGA said the tentative deal is, quote, exceptional, with meaningful gains and protections for writers in every sector of the membership. The terms of the deal were not immediately made public, and it must still be ratified by the WGA's approximately 11,000 members. Coming up on First at 4, the U.S. Defense Secretary travels to Kenya to discuss security and anti-terrorism efforts.
A slow-moving system we've been tracking all week will arrive in our area by late tomorrow night, and that's going to ramp up our rain chances mid to late week. The latest in a few minutes.